Over the last almost 11 years here at Survival on Purpose, we've looked at a lot of different axes and hatchets in our quest to find the perfect blend of value, quality, and of course, balance. Today, I think we may have finally found the one. We're going to be taking a look at the Council Tools Flying Fox hatchet. That's what's coming up next here on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose. My name's Brian. Thanks for joining me for another Sharp Saturday video where it's Saturday and we take a look at something sharp. As I said today, that something sharp is this hatchet that I've been itching to get my hands on ever since I saw one. It's the Flying Fox from Council Tools. Like everything Council Tools makes, this is made in the USA. It's a forged hatchet for around the $55 mark, which is amazing to me, considering the quality that Council Tools is putting out. It looks like a very functional, usable tool. We'll talk about the specs of this thing in just a minute, but for me, the icing on the cake is this hatchet is designed specifically to meet the guidelines of both the World Axe Throwing League and the International Axe Throwing Federation. So this axe is approved for competitive axe throwing. Not that I do that, but I have been known to fling one every now and then. So we're going to obviously check that out on the balance, orientation, rotation device in a minute. But if you would just humor me with just a quick little bit of rambling, then we'll get down to the old stump top and get to doing some of that axe stuff. First of all, I would really appreciate it if you like this video, if you would subscribe to the channel, like it, and share it. YouTube has not been showing me a lot of love lately. I don't know if it's because I happen to do gun videos sometimes or what, but I'd appreciate all the help you can give me there. Second of all, if you like the cool hats that I've been wearing, this one is the Cabana from American Hat Makers, also made in the USA. You can save 10% on your cool hat at AmericanHatmakers.com by using the coupon code SOP10. There'll be a link in the video description below, and I get a little bit of a commission on that if you do that, so it's a win-win for everybody. Ain't America great? Having said that, now we're going to take you down to the old stump top and get to doing some of that axe stuff. And you know, we're probably going to wind up getting some of that balance, orientation, and rotation device stuff going too. Okay, so before we get to doing some of that actual axe/hatchet stuff, let's talk about the specs of this thing. Like I said, it's made in the USA, and it is approved, meets all the guidelines, minimums and maximums for the World Axe Throwing League and the International Axe Throwing Federation. So this thing has a head weight of 1 pound 11 ounces, a bit length, the edge length here, of 3 7/8 inches, an axe length from here to here of 6.5 inches. It has a hardened bit, so you can see the hardening line right there, the heat treat hardening line, and a hardened pole, and you can see that line there as well. So that's kind of unusual for hatchets of this style, but this thing is hardened, so you don't have to worry about it bowing out the eye, and you can use it for hammer or whatever. They say that on their website. You can use it for hammering nails or banging stuff or whatever you want to do. Seems to have a very good edge on it. It has a 16-inch hickory handle, which is 15 3/4 inches long. And if you look at the grain is pretty stinking straight on this thing. This thing is $56 on Amazon. As you see, it just comes with a little rubber blade guard on it, or about $75 with a leather sheath/mask, whatever you want to call it. So that's on Amazon. You can probably find it somewhere else too. So that being said, I think now it's time to maybe get to doing some of that scientific testing. And I think the first thing we need to do is check the sharpness of this thing. And we'll use the old redneck sharp test. It is an axe, not a knife, so I'm not really expecting it to pass, although it really is sharp. But we'll see. Shall we? I think we shall. So, you know, to be expected, it's an axe, okay? It's not a knife, so can't fault it there. Let's see how she does on some actual axe stuff. I've got this big piece of oak here. A little bigger than I would normally attack with a hatchet like this, but at least you can get an idea of what it's capable of. But I'm gonna try to get where I'm at least safe here and not in danger of chopping myself, and let's just see what happens. So, I'm trying to do this one-handed, and again, this is not really what this is designed for. It's not an axe, it's a hatchet. But it's biting really good. It's about 1,000 degrees out here. So that's probably all I'm gonna do right now. But it is Georgia, so you know, it is a wet heat, right? So anyway. Somebody's gonna say, I can't believe you're breathing that heavy after that little bit of chopping, but to be fair, I got a microphone right here, so it's probably magnifying the sound of my breathing, but I'm breathing a little bit heavy. Let's do some more, maybe more realistic hatchet stuff. So one of the things you might use a hatchet for around camp is to split some wood that you've sawed up with your handy bow saw or whatever. So for firewood. So let's just see how well this thing does some of that basic splitting. Not too shabby. Let's see if we can get a full split with one whack. Ooh, she buried too. Okay, all right. Well, you got your firewood split. What's the next step? Alrighty then, let's see if we can maybe get some curls with this thing. Man, I got mosquitoes flying in my ear. See if we can get some curls with this thing. Since it didn't really shave the hair, let's see if it'll shave some wood. And now, most likely you would have a knife to be doing this, but this is just a test of the hatchet's capabilities. I bet you if you wanted to, you could put a even keener edge on this, but see if we can get a fire from that. And just to help things along, you knew any excuse to grab the old fat wood, we're gonna do it. And if you've been watching the channel for a while, like literally at least 10 years ago, I harvested this fat wood. This has been out here at the worldwide headquarters in the storage facility on the ground for 10 years. Okay, back in storage. You know what, let's try something different. Let's try this. You can do that now, yeah, okay. I'm showing you some different ways you can potentially use this tool for fire starting and other things. Well, there we go, now we're getting some work done. Ooh, there was another chunk of it, but I think this is going to be good. Here, now, let's see what we can do with the old Exotac, also made in the USA, ferrocerium rod, and it looks like maybe that is sharp enough, that part right there is sharp enough to strike a ferro rod. We must endeavor to persevere, right? And yes, whew, I know I'm breathing heavy and sweating, but not breathing that heavy. It's really the microphone. So anyway, we got fire. What other feature of this hatchet do you think we ought to test? Okay, so a quick recap as far as hatchet stuff. It did pretty good. Carving will give it a C plus, B minus, because it does have a good edge, but it's not quite, you know, shaving sharp. Could be honed up a lot, I'm sure. As far as the action, chopping and splitting and stuff, that kind of stuff, it did great. Even did pretty well for helping us get a fire. But as you know, here at Survival on Purpose, we're all about the science. And to that end, we maintain this state-of-the-art, cutting-edge knife testing and blade testing facility here at our worldwide headquarters. And as you know, one of the tests we like to put all of our bladed implements through, most of them anyway, is to test the aerodynamic balance using our balance, orientation, and rotation device. Or maybe it needs a new name. Anyway, I think we should do that right now, don't you? I've been looking so forward to doing this. This is it's a cold shot, so it's like a cold bore first shot. We'll see how she goes. And we got to use a proper scientific methodology, right? Whoop, 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 whoop. I'm so happy it stuck the first time. I did, however, almost get a little over rotation, so let's see if we can change the calibration. How's this? Now, I did a video with a little SOG, a little really not kind of a modern style axe. And I showed there's two different ways of throwing. And one of the ways that I guess the people in competition do is they put their throwing foot, the same arm you use for throwing, put that foot forward and very controlled do it. And the other way is like a baseball throw, which is what I normally do. We're gonna try this one both ways and see if it works one way better than the other one. First, we'll do the controlled throw. That wasn't too bad, really. I need to put a little dot in the middle of my target, don't I? And then we'll do my standard throw. Let me see if I can replicate that other video. Oh man, that's the best one yet. We're gonna call this sucker balanced, because I could do this all day.
When Chuck Norris plays dodgeball, the balls dodge him.
Okay, well, I wanted to end on a good throw, and that is almost dead center. And I just can't tell you. That's like, what, 5, 6, however many throws that was, you can count them. With every throw hit on. This thing is, man, we're gonna call her balanced. And it's also just really a high quality, American-made, functional tool that you can have a lot of fun with. So this, in my opinion, is the absolute best value going that I've seen in a hatchet, a quality hatchet, ever. So I'll give Council Tools a big thank you for that. They're not paying me to make this video. They're not a sponsor of the channel. They did send me the hatchet, but I'm just being straight with you. So hopefully you saw how well it performed, and hopefully this video has been helpful and somewhat interesting and maybe even mildly entertaining. If you like it, again, please subscribe, like, and share. Leave your comments below. Let me know what you think. I really appreciate that. And you know, maybe we can get over the YouTube algorithm and try to get these videos out to more people. So I really sincerely appreciate your help, and I appreciate you watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival's not an accident, so an accident, be prepared. I'll see you next time.